Good
evening, children. So today we will be starting our online classes. Welcome to my online classes. As you all know that due to this corona pandemic, the entire country has been under lockdown, and we had our last class on March 16. All of a sudden the school was shut down, and to be very frank, I never thought that the school will continue to be shut down for such long period of a time. But unfortunately, it has happened, and we do not know when the school will reopen. Till then, we will continue with our online classes, as I have received so many requests from my students to explain the chapter direct and indirect speech. So I have come up with this new chapter, and let us begin our class. This chapter is all about direct and indirect speech. You can see from the Directorate of School Education, Government of Nagaland, one video was uploaded by DOS on 11th July 2020, page number 124 to 130. All the exercises are given in the textbook, class 10, worksheet number 4. So let us continue. Let me first of all solve few questions from CBSE question paper. Thereafter, we shall continue with our NBSE and the textual question from the textbook. As far as the rules of this direct and indirect speech is concerned, I have already discussed those things in the school when you were in class 9, as well as when you just came in class 10 in the month of February, March, but we could not continue our classes, so rules we will not discuss here. We will directly solve the examples, and as we go on solving the examples, I will be telling you the rules. So my first example, for example, you look at the board. Anu says, I am flying a kite. Now my dear children, look at the question first. Now for doing this indirect and direct speech, there are two parts of a sentence. One is the reporting clause. Anu says, this is called as the reporting clause, whereas the sentence inside the inverted commas is called as reported speech. Therefore, there are certain rules for doing this direct and indirect speech. Now, first of all, you should know the sentence inside the inverted commas. The kinds of sentence as well as the tense of the sentence, that matters the most. And outside the sentence there is the subject and the reporting verb. Now first of all, you should know the reporting verb, the sentence tense of the reporting verb. Here we can see it is clearly written says. That means the tense here is simple present tense. So there is the first rule which you have to remind in and keep it in your mind, is that whenever the reporting verb is in the present tense, there shall not be any change in the reported speech. Not only in the present tense, but if I change the question a little bit, say for example, if I say will say, when the reporting verb is changed to future tense, the reported speech does not change. That means that when the reporting verb is in the simple present tense, the reported speech, there shall not be any change in the reported speech. Next, one formula you have to keep it in mind. Here, 1, 2, 3, S-O-N. Why sir has written 1, 2, 3, S-O-N? What does that mean? See, my dear children, 1 here stands for first person, 2 here stands for second person, and 3 here stands for third person. S means subject, O means object, N means no change, does not change at all. That means that when the subject of the reporting verb is in the first person change, I mean to say that first person changes to the subject of the reporting verb, second person changes to the object of the reporting verb, and the third person does not change. There shall not be any change when the subject is in the third person. Now, here you see, as I said in the beginning, that when the reporting verb is in the present tense or is in future tense, there shall not be any change in the reported speech. But provided there shall be changes in the subject of the reported speech. For example, Anu says. Now you have to use a relative pronoun to join both the clauses, sentences. Here, that, since this is, what type of sentence is this? This is an declarative sentence. There are 4 types of sentence. You need to keep it in mind. Declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. Now this is an declarative sentence. So this inverted commas will be removed and it will be that here to join the clauses. Now here you see the subject here is I. Subject here is I. I means what? I is which person? I is first person. That means 1. First person changes to the subject of the reporting verb. What is the subject? Subject here is Anu. Anu is a boy or a girl? He is a boy. So I will be changed to he. Now tense does not change when the subject of the reporting verb is in the present tense. We know that there shall not be any change. Therefore, he tense will be, since it is third person, so it will be is flying a kite. Now remember, my dear students, in indirect speech, it is always followed by a full stop. No other marks will be used, only full stop. Let us, I hope you have understood the first question. Let us continue with the second question. Same type of question like the previous one, but here a little change is there. The little change is there is that the reporting verb here in this sentence is in future tense. Now here you see, as I told you in the very beginning, that when the reporting verb is in the simple present tense, I mean present tense, or in the future tense, there shall not be any change in the reported speech, provided there shall be some changes in only in the subject of the reported speech. So here you see, Anu will say that. You have to join with a relative pronoun that. Again, I is first person. First person changes to the subject of the reporting verb. Subject, we know it is the name of a boy, Anu. So it will be he. Now you know that when it is third person, the verb will change to S form. The verb will change to S form. When we put an S with the verb, that you know, it becomes a singular verb. When the subject is singular, the verb must be also singular. Wants a glass of milk. Hope you have understood this sentence. We will proceed with our next question. My dear students, you really have to keep this formula in mind. 1, 2, 3. Again, let me explain it to you. 1 means first person, 2 means second person, 3 means third person. First person changes to the subject of the reporting verb, that is why I have written here as. Second person changes to the object of the reporting verb, that is why I have written O. Third person changes to the does not change, so that is why I have written here N. N means no change at all. So let us do the next question. As I go on explaining, I will go on telling you all the rules. For any doubt regarding the rules, you open your textbook, page number 124 to 130, and the rules have been very elaborately described in the explanation given by one of the teacher from Directorate of School Education, Nagaland. Check on the video which was uploaded in DOS on 11th July 2020. And as far as the textbook questions are concerned, that we will do in the next video, which I will be uploading very soon. Now, next question you see. He said, honesty is the best policy. Now here you see, in the first question the reporting verb was in the present tense. Now here I have changed the reporting verb. Now the reporting verb is in the past tense. Now the reporting verb is in the past tense, and the reported speech, here you see, honesty is the best policy. Now few things here you have to keep it in mind. If it is a historical fact or a universal truth, or if it is a habitual action, then the reported speech does not change. So here you see, though the verb is in the reported, the verb is in the past tense, but there shall not be any change in the reported speech, because it is a known fact that honesty is the best policy. This is a known fact, so there will not be any change. That we have to put a relative pronoun. Honesty is the best policy. Again I am telling you that if it is a historical fact or a universal truth question or a habitual action or a scientifically proven facts, there shall not be any change in the reported speech. As we go on doing different question, your concept, your idea about this chapter will be clear. Now here you see, if I write the question, he said, the sun rises in the east. Now here you see this question. This is a universal truth question. It will never change. The sun rises in the east. It used to rise in the east 100,000 years ago. Now also it is rising in the east, and in the coming years also it will be same. There will not be any change. This is a universally truth fact. Here you see. So the answer will be same. There will be no change at all. he said, you have to, in order to remove the inverted commas, what you have to use? You have to use a relative pronoun. So here in this case, since this is an declarative statement, so we will use that here. And here the son, the subject. Subject is in which person? The subject is in third person. Third person does not change. So the sun rises in the east will be the answer. Hope you have understood. You are getting what I am trying to explain. See, my dear students, first time I am taking this online classes. I have never done online classes, and you know there will be some demerits here, because in the classroom situation, if you do not understand anything or unable to grasp any ideas, then you can stand up and ask the questions. But here there is no chance. But after going through this video, you can share your ideas. But whether the concept is clear or not, you can send me message in the WhatsApp group created by our school, and I shall answer all your queries and all your questions. Now here one more question. Rakesh said, I am an early riser. Now what Rakesh said? The reporting clause. Rakesh said past tense, reporting clause. What is the reported speech? The reported speech says that I am an early riser. I am an early riser. Now here one thing I would like to tell you, that I hope you know what is reported speech. When this is direct speech. Direct speech means what? When these are the direct words of the speaker. These are the direct words of the speaker. When a third person goes and conveys the same message in third person, that is called as reported speech. Those things I have already explained before. Now let me explain this one. Now here you see reporting clause, past tense, reported speech, what tense? Present tense. Apart from that, this one is an habitual action. What action? I have already told you in the very beginning that scientifically proven facts, habitual action, and universal truth, these things, the reported speech does not change. So here we can easily do now. We have solved few questions. So Rakesh said, join these two clauses with the help of a relative pronoun. Here in this case, since the question is in the declarative statement, so it will be that. Now I is which person? First person. First person is one. We know that first person changes to the subject of the reporting part. So I will be changed to Rakesh is the name of a boy. So it will be he. No change in the tense. So M will become is. And early riser. Why? There is no change. Because this is a habitual action. This is the habit of Rakesh to get up early every morning. So he gets up early every morning. He gets up every morning early. That is his habit. That is why it will not change, because it is a habitual action. Now let us see, my dear students, the more you solve the examples, the more you become perfect in grammar. And grammar is such a subject when without clearing your concept, you can not even write a single sentence by yourself. Next question. Now, Now here you see this question. Ramu said, I saw a lion in the forest. Now here you see, Ramu said. Ramu is the subject in the first clause and said is the reporting verb. Said is in which tense? Said is in past tense. Now the reported speech here is I saw a lion in the forest. Now first of all you need to know what sentence is this. This is a declarative sentence. Declarative sentence are two kinds. Declarative affirmative, declarative negative. Now here you say declarative statement, and now you need to know what is the tense. The tense here is, can you tell me, my dear students, what is the tense? Can you guess? You can just guess. The tense here is simple past tense. Subject plus second form of verb. When we know that subject plus second form of verb is simple past tense. Now, what is the rule? Rule is already given, or you can check it from your textbook. If the tense is simple past, then it is changed to past perfect tense. So we will change it. First person changes to the subject of the reporting verb. So Ramu said, when the reported speech, the sentence of the reported speech is a declarative statement, then removing the inverted commas, we need to add the relative pronoun that. Alright? So that, I first person, so it will be changed to he. Now we have to change it into past perfect tense. What will be the past perfect tense? We know that in order to make it a past perfect tense, we need to add had plus third form of verb. What is the third form of verb? So, see, so, seen. He had seen a lion in the forest. All the answers in the indirect speech will be followed by a full stop. That you have to keep it in mind. Let us continue with the next question.